afternoon, my name is Amanda and welcome to The Done Creative. For today's pick a card reading, we are going to be figuring out what good news is headed your way. And if you're new to pick a card readings, I ask that you close your eyes, take a couple of deep cleansing breaths to try to center your energy and focus in on piles number 1, 2, 3, or 4. And if more than one pile calls out to you, there may be a message in each pile for you. And once you've selected your pile or piles, you can go ahead and check the description box below, and I also try to pin the timestamps as the top comment as well. So without delaying this any further, I'm going to give you a moment to meditate on the cards, and I will see you over at your reading. Alright, group number 1, or those who selected the camera charm, let's go ahead and figure out what good news is headed your way. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start with this cover card here. This is the Neptune card, and it says right under Neptune, dreams. And in Western astrology, Neptune rules over the 12th house, which is your imagination, your subconscious mind, prisons, your memories, your ideals, universal love, visions, meditation, spirituality, compassion, escapism, even drugs. That could be drugs or alcohol escapism, and seeing beyond the veil or magic. It just represents a lot of things, both illusion and reality. So what's really standing out to me is this dream big card. So it feels to me with this Neptune dreams card too, that a dream that you guys have had for at least a year, if not longer, this could be really long term, like most of your life. It feels to me like this dream is about to come true, or you are about to take steps in the direction to make this dream a reality. And it says here, let go of small thoughts about yourself, see yourself succeeding. So because Neptune also rules over the subconscious mind, I feel like you're gonna have to be examining some of your limiting belief systems about yourself, about what you can accomplish, and just envision yourself succeeding. That is going to be very important. Visualizing what you want, because Neptune also is that imagination. So this is telling you, be creative, play a little bit, and just really expand your horizons as far as your belief systems go and in your believing what is possible for you. So for some of you, this big dream that you've had is pregnancy, and it says the birth of a child brings great blessings to you and the world. So if you selected this pile and you have been struggling with infertility, or maybe you don't have any children yet and you're just starting to think about having children, this could be pregnancy, could be something on the horizon for you. But if this is something that you don't want children, you're not planning to have children anytime soon, or you've already had children and you feel like you're closed in that department, this could be this big dream is an idea or some sort of creation that you are making and giving birth to. So this could be a book, a business, building a new home. I mean, this could be just about anything that you are putting your effort and energy into creating to have it result in the fruits of your labor. For some of you, that will be that baby. For others of you, that will be the completed house, the completed book, the completed whatever, insert here. So then with this opal card, it says here, let yourself sparkle and shine. You are guided to be bold and show your bigger than life side to the world. So again, going back to this, let go of small thoughts about yourself, those limiting beliefs. This is just really believing in yourself and realizing that you have this sense of magic within you. This opal here is right over her heart chakra and kind of going almost up into that high heart chakra. So this would be beneficial for you to really connect into that heart space within yourself and realize what an unlimited being you are. There are no limits except the ones you place on yourself. And I know that sounds a little out there and woo-woo, but the people who can overcome those self-limiting beliefs, and again, it's very hard to do so, but when you can overcome those self-limiting beliefs, you can accomplish so much more than if you have these parameters in place where, that's not possible for me, I'm not good enough for that, or that's just too far-fetched for it to happen to me. This is just saying, let your light shine right out of that heart chakra. Just share yourself with the world. The world needs whatever this creation or dream that you have. The world needs this. Even if, for example, this is you wanting to build a nice home for yourself, the world needs this because you will feel very fulfilled in your new home, and you will be able to be a really productive and beneficial member of society because of this said home. So then here we have believe and succeed. It just keeps going back to dreaming big, releasing those limiting beliefs and just believing you can do it and then succeeding thereafter. I mean, I can just keep saying this over and over. I feel like every card is just saying the same thing. But then here with the 7 of Raphael, it says, time to make a decision, be clear on what you want and take action, a need for detoxification. Once again, you can kind of pair this up with what we've been talking about. And for some of you, this is needing you to make a decision. Do you move or do you stay? Do you change jobs or do you stay where you're at? Do you take that leap and get pregnant or do you wait a while? And this is just saying whatever decisions that need to be made, I feel like you guys will just know like you know. Like it's just going to be very second nature and very intuitive to you what decisions need to be made. And it feels like with this a need for detoxification, that just kind of goes back, I think for most of you, this just goes to your belief systems and just the negativity that you hold as far as your own dreams, your own potential, your own whatever is concerned. So then with this fill the well card, it feels to me like, 2 + 5 is 7. So this is that need to fill the well by getting in touch with that heart center, meditating, doing those Neptunian things, daydreaming, meditating, just really getting in touch with your higher self or your guides, your angels, God, the universe, whoever, and really allowing yourself to dream and to not be held back by, and right as I said that, I looked up in the viewfinder, and when I see this in the viewfinder, it's like, stop. It's like, stop holding yourself back. You are the one standing in your way more than anyone else. And I'm kind of the same way. Like, I always would used to blame other people. Like, oh, I don't have enough money to go to college. I don't have this, I don't have that. But I always found a way. And then once I found that way, I realized no one else was holding me back except for myself. It was my own beliefs that, oh, that's a little out of my reach. I can't have that. Until I changed that belief system and then went for it, I realized, well, I can have that, I can do that, I can be that. So with this fill the well, I think that also goes back to her just kind of laying here, just relaxing. I feel like for some of you that is going to involve self-care or doing things that you enjoy that may or may not have to do with this big dream. And I just saw someone like playing a Sims game, like the Sims 4 or something like that, and you keep telling yourself, well, I don't have time to play games, I gotta go after my dreams, I gotta clean, I gotta raise children, I gotta do all these things. But at the same time, if you're not letting yourself enjoy your life even a little bit, where you're just unwinding and relaxing and doing something you enjoy, then life isn't going to be as fulfilling as it could be if you allowed yourself a little bit of fun. So I think that's all I'm seeing for you. So the good news coming for you is it feels to me like these belief systems that have been holding you back in certain areas of your life are going to start lifting, and you're going to be ascending to another level, both in your consciousness and just leveling up in life in general, to where you feel like you're going on to the next big thing in your life. So I really do hope this resonated. This is a really good news message, and I really do want to hear from you below, so you'll have to let me know what you thought. And as always, you guys, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things, and I really truly do hope to see you back at the Done Creative. Alright, bye! Alright, group number 2, or those of you who chose this heartstone here, this is going to be your message of good news that is coming your way. So let's go ahead and see what you got. Okay, so let's go ahead and start here with this Virgo card, the Alchemist. This is the card that was the cover for your pile, and you may yourself be a Virgo, or this is just calling you and letting you know that, hey, you're going to be really tapping into those Virgo traits coming up. And Virgo is the alchemist, and Virgo rules over your kind of more perfectionist tendencies. Virgo is very insightful. It is very health conscious, witchy, subtle, pure, accurate, critical at times. Again, perfectionist, and just kind of sometimes nervous energy. But this is a really good, if there's a project you want to complete or something you want to be doing with your time, and having that laser focus on what it is you want to do. Virgo is your go-to sign to get ish accomplished. So I feel like with you guys, this is you tapping into the more magical side of yourself. Witchy is kind of one of the words I said for Virgo, and this could be looking like you guys doing some sort of new spiritual practice, or really getting into your spiritual practice more than you have in weeks, months, years past, and just really getting in touch with that more spiritual side of yourself is going to be really huge for you guys. And then we have this synchronicity card. Your prayers and questions are being answered by synchronistic events. Notice them in order to increase their flow. So I think for many of you, this is seeing repetitive numbers on the clock, on billboards, on license plates. I was seeing 444, 1111, 222, all these different synchronistic numbers that you may be seeing. You can look up what those numbers mean and get additional guidance from your guides and angels about what messages they're trying to get to you. But the good news coming your way is you're going to be seeing a lot of increased synchronicity in your life, and maybe even deja vu is going to be playing a major role, because we are constantly shifting timelines, but especially lately, there's kind of a train going one way and a train going another way, and it feels to me like you guys are putting yourself on the train to higher consciousness, to that 5D or new earth consciousness, and you're really going to be leveling up spiritually and in your consciousness to where you're going to be on the train going to 5D, and it's going to be really beautiful for you guys. But this could also be seeing a lot of repeated symbolism like butterflies or specific birds or flowers that just keep coming across your path, and maybe you hear someone talking about a specific thing. This could be anything. It's going to be different for each of you, so I won't go too into depth about that, but whatever you're noticing 2-3 times, that is absolutely a sign for you. So if you keep, there are dolphins on this card, maybe you keep hearing about dolphins or seeing dolphins pop up in your YouTube feed or on TV or something, there is a message for you. You can go and look up, what does a dolphin mean? What does insert whatever thing it keeps popping up here mean spiritually? And it will give you an answer that you seek for your continued growth on your spiritual path. Then with this citrine card, it says, unnecessary worries. Release the burden of worries by giving them to God for healing and solutions. So it feels to me like if you guys have been going through a rough time and have had a lot going on, or just kind of stressed out about money or relationships or job security, whatever it is that's been stressing you out, it feels like you're coming into this time where stresses are just kind of going to be a thing of the past. You're going to be like smooth sailing for a while, to where you're just really getting down to the brass tacks of what it is you're here to do, and just not letting the little petty stuff really worry you anymore. And then with this 2 of Ariel, it says it's important to have balance, working multiple jobs or projects at once, making work fun. So you guys are going to be really balancing out your work and your play, because I feel for many of you, especially with this Virgo energy really prevalent in this reading, you may have that tendency to really overwork yourself or be that workaholic. But this is just saying you're going to be able to find that balance between your home life, your work life, your personal life, and all of the above. You're going to be able to balance those plates nicely and not have to worry so much about, am I giving my kids enough time? Am I giving my friends enough time? And whatever. You're going to be able to balance out what you need to get done in a day. And then we have the Sun card. Your Sun is watched over and protected as he explores his world. So if you have a Sun, this is just saying, I'm feeling like the bond with your Sun is going to deepen, and it's not just going to be on that surface level. This feels very spiritual. Like maybe your Sun is very gifted, I'm feeling, tapped into that other side. Maybe your Sun talks about angels or spirit guides or even fairies, just nature elementals, because this little guy is out in nature here. Maybe your Sun is very tapped in, and you guys can have a really deep conversation about what this all means, and maybe you're going to learn a thing or two from your Sun. But if you don't have any children and are maybe wanting a child, much like group number 1 had some pregnancy vibes going on with that, maybe you are going to find out you are having a baby and it is going to be a boy. So that could just be for some of you. And if you don't have children, don't want children, this just could be if you are a man yourself, or that more masculine side of yourself, if you are a feminine energy. This is just saying that more masculine side of yourself is going to be watched over and protected as you branch out and explore the world. So then this number one, strengthening bonds, it feels to me like this is that strengthening bonds of people closest to you, your significant other, your parents, your children if you have them, really close friends and other family members. This is just going to be coming into a good time of spending time together, laughing, having a really, I just see you guys just having so much fun. And then I am with this number one, new beginnings. There is a really fun new beginning. So for some of you, that looks like you're moving closer to family. And that's something that maybe you've been wanting to do for a very long time, because being away from your family really does put a damper on you. And then for others of you, that could be moving closer to friends, or you have other family members that are moving closer to you, something like that, where you can be able to strengthen those bonds rather than just be reaching out on the phone or over the internet. You can be seeing these people in person more often. And then I'm being drawn over here to the Just Laugh card. There is a little boy here, so maybe this is just having that fun with your son if you have one, or your children, and just allowing yourself to tap into that more childlike part of yourself is kind of the good news coming up for you. It's just going to be a more lighthearted time where I feel maybe your recent past was a more heavy energy, or there was just a lot going on in life and you didn't allow yourself time to just unwind, relax, hang out with those you love, and just have a good laugh, because there's nothing more fun than hanging out with your friends or your family and just having those, like, your cheeks hurt, your belly hurts from laughing so hard. Like, those are the days that just mean everything, and they just really bring your life into perspective. And I feel like you're going to be having a lot more of that, especially if you haven't had much of that going on in 2020, because 2020, let's face it, has been an ish show. Let's just put that out there. So yeah, you guys, I think that's all I'm seeing for you. But oh, one more thing. I do see the 14 here, 1 + 4 is 5. So there are some really big changes coming with this new beginning. So I just want to put that out there. That's going to be different for each of you. So whatever new beginnings are happening for you or will soon be happening, you can know that those are your new beginnings, and they're going to be really exciting and full of fun and lightheartedness for you. So I think that's now all I'm seeing for you, and you will have to let me know below what you thought. And as always, you guys, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really truly do hope to see you back at the Den Creative. All right, bye. All right, group number 3, or those of you who chose this little butterfly, let's go ahead and find out what good news is headed your way. Okay, you guys, this looks really exciting for you. This is going to be very centered on news about yourself, stuff you're going to be finding out by tapping into that inner part of yourself, and that's going to start being reflected in the external world as well. But we're going to go ahead and start here with this Cancer card. This is the doula, that motherly energy. This is that empath, feeling and being very sympathetic, empathetic to other people, comforting, nostalgic. You may be very nostalgic coming up. Very intuitive sign, and birthing. It's funny because each of the 3 piles thus far have had something to do with children or birthing. So this could be you if you are pregnant or hoping to get pregnant. I mean, it's like these 3 first piles are fertile myrtles going on right now. So that could be something, good news coming to you is either you are pregnant and going to be giving birth, or you are going to find out you're pregnant possibly. This also, you know, with the moon, and I'm seeing like ocean energy. So some of you may be going on a trip to the ocean coming up, or if you live near the ocean, maybe you're spending a lot of time near water or the ocean, and you're just going to be very sentimental about life. And really, I'm picking up also 6 of Cups vibes with this, where you're really looking back over your past and just thinking what a good life you've had at times with family members, and just really wanting to be more connected to your family. But then here we have the Kyanite card. Make time for self-care. Taking care of yourself is essential right now. So it feels to me like you are going to be having time. Like, I feel like before you've just been going, and not giving yourself enough time to just relax and to just be, and to not have an agenda that you need to accomplish this big long to-do list where you're just breathing, you're just watching Netflix, you're just allowing yourself to sit outside and watch the birds fly by. You know, just energy where you're just allowing yourself to unwind and not to have to interact with a bunch of people. You're just kind of going within and really figuring out what it is you want, and allowing yourself to just be is what I keep hearing over and over in my head. So kyanite, you may want to carry some kyanite on you. That might help you tap into that more spiritual side of yourself, or that internal side of yourself. I'm hearing for you guys. So then we have the playtime card, and it says playtime with an exclamation point, so you know they mean business. So it says the dolphins know the importance of playing, as joy creates miracles and manifestations. So the more you can allow yourself to have that fun, do that self-care, and just feel overall really good about yourself and what's going on in your life, the more that's going to be reflected in your external reality. Maybe you're going to land that dream job. For some of you, I do see that's going to be a big possibility at this time, because you are getting more in touch with yourself and what's meant for you. And when you can really align with that inner and higher self, that's when you can align with the things outside of you, like a job, a partner, friendships, luxury items of all sorts. That's when you can really align your energy with the things that you truly desire to bring them to you. So I feel like for some of you, that could be looking like getting a new car, because Cancer does rule that natural 4th house, maybe a new home for some of you, or moving somewhere else. And for some of you, that could be moving closer to a water feature like the ocean, a lake, a stream, a river. And just allow yourself time to play and really have fun. Then with this 0 card, this is the Fool card. This is trust, and I feel like this is trusting yourself, because most of this is very I won't say self-centered, like you're just blocking everyone out, but it's like long overdue self-care, self-discovery, self-inquisition, like you're inquiring with your higher self on what it is you really want in life. And that is such good news coming to you, because we all could use with a little more being in touch with our true, more higher, more soul-centered selves. That is such a gift. And then you have the Be Yourself card. The situation calls for you to be your authentic self, which is the basis for your personal power. Like I was saying, you want to manifest your dream life, and not just the dreams that the ego has, but the dreams and just the destiny that your soul set out to accomplish on this earth. The best way to get in touch with that is to go within and find out what that is. You need to dig out that treasure to even figure out what's going on in there. And I feel like for some of you, maybe you've been putting on a false mask, or just not really being as bright as you should be. It's like you dim your light around certain people is really what I'm seeing. And this is just saying, this girl here is riding in on her unicorn. I mean, how more extra can you be? That is amazing, and that is what's needed for you right now, to be yourself. And I feel I'm really drawn up to her clothing here, and her clothing is really cool too. It's like, dress how you want. Don't just dress how you think everyone wants you to dress. Wear your hair how you want. Dress how you want. Just be you. That is what is coming up for you to do, to heal from the past of what you've maybe put yourself in a separate box. You wanted to maybe be this when you grew up, but you realized, well, I probably should be an accountant or something where I can make money. And not that being an accountant is wrong, and not at all, but just saying, I feel like you guys are very creative souls. So to put yourself in a box that's more analytical, and that it's just not completely you. It might be a part of you, but it's not fully you. So this is just saying, and for some of you, to be more yourself in front of friends and family, and just allow them into your inner world a little bit more. Then you do have the World card with Archangel Michael here, a very happy ending, coming full circle, spiritual growth and insight. So again, going back to this Cancer, maybe some of you are moving, or it's funny because when I said Cancer, like I thought about not the Cancer sign, but the Cancer, disease. So maybe some of you have overcome Cancer. Don't think that this is something coming into your life. This is all in the past, this world energy, this completion, this ending. So for some of you, maybe either you or someone in your life has gotten a clean bill of health. Maybe they are now cancer free, and that is something worth really celebrating. And again, going back to this World card, that spiritual growth is very prevalent at this time with you guys, especially if you allow yourself that time alone, that time for self-care. And then here you have the I'm sorry card, and 2 + 9 = 11. So what I'm really feeling with this I'm sorry, I know there are 2 people on this card, but I feel mostly this is you saying I'm sorry to yourself. This is something that's been really long overdue with this Fool energy here, where you need to forgive yourself for things you've done in the past, or have been really holding against yourself, and by apologizing to yourself for being so hard on yourself. Because I do feel with this Cancer card here, you guys try to mother everybody and I feel like you're mothering, the call now is for you to mother your inner child. Maybe some of you grew up not having the best childhood or having the most motherly energy as a mother, and you can be your own mother to your inner child at this time. And by apologizing to yourself and then also forgiving yourself, I'm hearing as well, is going to be very important. So the good news coming in is you are just leveling up on the internal, on the external. Things are just moving to the next level in your life. I think that's much like group number 2. This feels very good and inquisitive with that spiritual growth and new insight you're gaining about yourself and the world and others. And if there is a person in your life that you do feel like you need to say you're sorry to, please do so, because this would be very good for everyone at this time, just to say I'm sorry. And just really put your heart on your sleeve, because it won't be stomped on. It will be widely and happily accepted by other people. So I think that's all I'm seeing for you, but you'll have to let me know below what you thought. And as always, you guys, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really truly do hope to see you back at the Den Creative. All right, bye. Alright, group number 4, or those of you who chose this cool little deer keychain, we're just going to move him over here. Let's go ahead and find out what good news is headed your way. Okay, so let's go ahead and start right here with this Libra card. So you yourself may be Libra, and maybe that's why you were attracted to this pile, but Libra itself is the idealist here in the Numinous deck, and Libra is all about relationship harmony, being cooperative, balanced in all the areas of life, socially aware about what's going on in the world, artistic, sometimes people-pleasing, but also fair and very aesthetic, and sometimes choosy or even judgmental about the things that they want in their life, which can be a good thing. You want to be able to judge what's for you and what's not. But they have these high aspirations as well, and I feel like with this Libra card especially, I'm always feeling like this person is like a fashionista. So for some of you guys, you may be getting new pieces for your wardrobe or getting rid of stuff that's really not fitting your personality currently, and just looking for new stuff to decorate your body with, whether that's jewelry, glasses, or clothing. And even for some of you, I feel like that could even be a new car coming in for you, if that's something that's on your radar at this time. But I'm really being drawn up here to this Stay Optimistic card. It says your dreams are coming true. Don't quit right before the miracle occurs. And I feel like for many of you, you guys have been working so hard just to get through a day. Like, the way the world is right now, if you're watching this at the time of my posting, things have gone chaotic. Things have gone crazy. And even if your personal life doesn't feel that crazy, maybe you are someone who's picking up on all this collective energy, because the collective is like one hive mind where everybody is affected by the collective consciousness. So this may be just telling you that you're finally going to be stepping out of that collective consciousness and kind of evolving to a more 5D or fifth dimensional or higher consciousness than what the collective is operating in. Or perhaps you're already well out of that collective consciousness and more into the 5D consciousness, but at the same time, you just feel, because I feel like many of you are empaths, that you are affected by a lot of what's going on in the world, and it's just hard for you to stay optimistic, especially if you feel like things aren't really going your way or life is just kind of dragging by. But then here we have the calcite card. It says busy times and multitasking. Take charge of your schedule during this busy time and honestly assess your underlying reasons for being busy. A lot of times when we're avoiding something, especially something within or belief systems or even relationships or just a problem or a habit we have, we try to mask that problem a lot of times by busying ourselves with other things. It's like there are some days when I know I need to get up here and film and do all the stuff I need to do for work, but then I'm like, well, my house needs cleaned, and then this needs done, and this needs done, and I like start this like domino effect of all the stuff that needs to be done, and I kind of avoid the thing I know I really top priority need to be doing. So maybe just analyze if there's places in your life that you're doing that. And because Libra does represent those relationships, I do feel like for some of you, trying to stay busy to avoid fixing a broken or kind of more negative pattern in a relationship might be for some of you what you're doing, even if it's just on a subconscious wavelength. You're not really realizing that's what you're doing. because I feel like you guys have been very busy, and it might even just have to do with not wanting to deal with your own inner turmoil of what's going on in the world, what your life is, what, insert whatever here. Because I feel like we can all tend to busy ourselves when we just don't want to deal with things that are going on. And then you have this number 9 here, rest and reconsider. So there is this need to stop all that you're doing and just take a day to really relax and to really get in touch with that inner part of yourself to figure out what is the best next step for you in the relationship, in the job, in the personal life, whatever it is, insert here, whatever that is for you. And just allow yourself time to really kind of review what's been happening and kind of get in touch with what it is you want to go on moving forward. And then with this number 9, it feels like there is a completion coming, and that doesn't have to be the end of a relationship or the end of a job or the end of anything. It just could be the closing of a chapter. And for some of you, that could be an ending in one of those things that we mentioned, but I think for the most part, this is just kind of closing out a chapter and starting a new page where you, maybe even for some of you, completed a really long, drawn out, but yet fun creative project of some sort. And now, once that chapter's closed, you can literally start a new project, and that's very exciting as well. But then here we have practice, practice, practice. And it says, with daily practice, you can polish your skills and talents and increase your confidence. And I think for some of you, there is this thing, and it's going to be different for each of you, but there is this thing that you've for years been talking about. Oh, I want to learn how to do that, or I want to do that, or I want to go there, or I want to, whatever it is. It's going to be different for each of you, but whatever this thing is, and I see someone sitting here playing a guitar, and she's blowing some sort of little horn here, but for some of you, that could be an instrument that you've wanted to learn or something like that. But then for others of you, I'm like being drawn back up here, maybe that's graphic design or interior design or maybe some sort of beauty thing because she's kind of decked out in some cool clothes here. Whatever it is that you've wanted to, go after or to learn, this is going to be ripe time. Good news that's coming is you're going to have time to focus on this thing, whatever this thing is. It's going to be different for each of you, so take whatever is kind of popping into your head. It's probably that, and give it some daily practice. Just allow yourself time to polish those skills and really learn how to do this thing and to increase your confidence in doing that. So then we have to change the scenery. 1 + 2 is 3, and that is a very creative number as well. So I do feel like for many of you, this is stepping out of your comfort zone creatively, where you are allowing yourself to try that new creative thing, whether that's playing the guitar or learning how to paint, or I keep seeing like digital drawing or digital design, something on a computer, kind of high-tech stuff. But then you can take this card also more literally, where you're changing the scenery, you're getting out. She's just out here in nature. I think for many of you, that's going to be getting out in nature and just really allowing yourself that time to meditate and get in touch with what it is you want in life, and just allow yourself time to think. Because, when we're busying ourselves with all this stuff and multitasking, we don't allow ourselves time to turn all the mind chatter off and to just allow the universe to speak to us through our own thoughts. And you can't really get that spiritual connection if you're constantly busying yourself with external things. You need to allow yourself that time to just be. So if your spiritual journey is very important to you, allowing yourself that time to meditate, even if it's just 10 minutes a day, is really going to help you guys level up in life. And I keep saying level up in like every pile, but I feel like collectively we are wanting to level up as a human race. We are just wanting to level up and be better and do better. If you watch the news, it may look like we're wanting to do the opposite of that. But if you think about your own little bubble of people most people are good people. They have good hearts. They want the best for themselves. They want the best for others. They want the best for their family. And everybody is just kind of slowly trying to get where they're going. And if you watch the news, it just feels like everybody wants to tear everyone apart. But if you look at your own little inner circle, you'll realize, the world isn't as evil as we've been taught. I mean, there is evil out there, absolutely, but your little bubble of your community or your home, you are making it the best you can and wanting to do what you can with what you have and to make things better, make the world better just by being you, and leveling up in your own life is actually going to create that ripple effect to help others do the same or to inspire others to do the same. So then with this perspective card with Archangel Chamuel, there's a better way. Pause for reflection and insight. Dare to be different. That cool fashionista here, being different, stepping out of the box of what people have put her in. So I love that this card really ties in with all of this, and this is that Hanged Man energy. So taking that new perspective, and again, 1 + 2 is 3. So this is going to be in a creative way. So you're not just changing the way you do things, you are doing it in such a beautiful and creative and fun way, and just being really uniquely you when you do this. So there may be a better way to do something in a relationship with your significant other. I feel like that might be a big theme for some of you because Libra is that 7th house and natural 7th house energy. So there's a better way to do something in your relationship, a better way to communicate perhaps for some of you, and that pause for reflection and insight is going to be really huge for you guys, just to know where it is you're going, because this world is chaotic right now, and just to take that deep breath and that sigh of relief to just realize, is my heart beating? Do I have enough food to eat? Do I have a roof over my head? Then you are already very blessed. You have a lot more than certain other people have, and to just take a moment to really feel into your heart space and have that major gratitude for what it is you have is going to send that signal out into the world that you're ready for more of the good stuff in life. So yeah, you guys, I think the good news coming for you is just kind of this paradigm shift of thinking and thought patterns. I think that's much like group number 1. But there is this ending coming to maybe a way you've done things, or cycles in your relationship, or just cycles in life where you're ending that chapter to begin something new, something that's going to work better for you coming into the future. And this all just feels very positive. It may not be easy, but it's going to be something that's going to take a lot of self-reflection, and I just heard like walking your talk. So even if you're not telling other people, oh, I'm going to do this, maybe you're thinking, I'm going to do this, but then recently or in the past, you just haven't followed through. Well, now's the time to walk your talk and actually do the things that you're setting out to do, because that's going to make your life a lot better if you can start living the life that you really want. So I really do hope this good news message resonated with you and helped you in some way. You'll have to let me know below what you thought. And as always, you guys, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see you back at the Den Creative. All right, bye.